Welcome to the 1v1 League playoffs. Only 8 remain. 22 people signed up. 10 of them fell out in the first group stage. Only 12 made it to the second one. And from there, 4 have unfortunately dropped out, which leaves only 8 players left in the playoffs. And now we'll get to see which one of them comes out on top. So yeah, some close, exciting matches hopefully. The first one on the menu is Victor Star facing Lagrock. What are your predictions for that match?
Very much Victor Star. He's just an incredible player. Lagrock is also really good, but I don't think he's like a tier below Victor Star.
Yeah. So 3-0, 3-1, something like that.
I'd go with a 3-1 because Victor Star has been dropping maps.
Right, I have sent both of them the IP address. Hopefully they turn up. If they don't, that'd be actually rather depressing.
Yeah.
Like, really depressing.
Victor Star is here. You need to go to spectator.
Victor Star is here, ready to rumble.
Now we just need Lager.
Lager still nowhere to be seen. And we're 6 minutes overdue.
He is online but idle. Lager currently not here. Where is he? How long are we gonna give him?
Until the next match is scheduled. So 15
Okay.
more minutes.
Hi, Marlon.
Hmm?
Our friend Marlon's here. Just wanted to say hi. Next race should start in like a bit more than 10 minutes. If Lager does not show up.
Hopefully someone I know will be on the stream later on. That's if she wakes up on time. So what's going to happen first? I'm going to eat for this entire pack of Pringles, or Lager's going to show up.
It's a tough one, but I think I'm gonna give it to the Pringles of things, how things are looking.
But the best thing is, I'm having them with some cheese dip. Whoa, with cheese! I'm already like nearly halfway through.
Yeah, Marlon, there's a schedule, but if we're ahead of schedule and both races are there, we'll just do the next match anyway.
Are we really doing the word chim? Word?
Yep.
Ah, bet you ain't gonna think of anything for that. Fuck. I mean, frick.
Well, I guess still has a bit less than 10 minutes. But we'll get there somehow, at some point.
I find it a bit disgraceful that you won't show up to your playoff match. Like,
Yeah.
there's actually no excuse.
Was there for the other one? Like, what's happening?
You know what they say: the more you ping someone, the more likely they are to show up.
Yeah,
And that's how it works, right?
should.
Top apocalypse. It just works.
Five more minutes.
I'm a minute till Lagrock gets eliminated from the tournament. And then after that, we'll have Alex facing Andor. Is Andor here? Let's find out.
He should be.
I'll send the VIP in the meantime, just in case. In the meantime, I'm going to get myself a drink, so a couple minutes and I'll be back.
Almost there. Near the end. 2 more minutes. Less than 1 minute. And it's over. Lager is out in the worst way possible. Man, he blew it. So now it's Ander versus me. And once the race starts, I'll mute myself.
I just came back.
Welcome back.
Yeah. I've seen worse happen than this. One of the Overwatch tournaments I was in, one of the teams were in the playoffs, and they actually lost. You know why?
Why?
Not because they actually got slaughtered, but because they couldn't get a sixth person. Like
Damn.
their team had 7 people. One had a schedule about as flexible as a brick, so she could never play with them. And then the other person just, like, she said, "Oh, I'll be there. I'll be there at the match." And then lo and behold, when the time came, she wasn't there. She was in Osu or whatever. Absolutely disgraceful. Anyway, well done for Victor Starr for being patient and, they've been doing a pretty good job this tournament.
Yeah. I know Marlon told me, like, when he was in, like, fighting game tournaments, people just would not show up constantly. But you'd kind of expect that people would show up in the playoffs, where all the people who don't show up are eliminated.
Yeah. I'm going to do the coin flip.
Alright, I'm gonna mute myself. See you guys until after the match.
See it. Do we still need a coin flip?
Yes. I did update the tracks, the way track selection works in playoffs. That track pool is the 7 possible maps you see in the playoffs, but that's not the strict order they are in. A coin flip determines who. First of all, whoever loses the coin flip has to remove the track, and then whoever wins the coin flip removes another track out of those tracks, and then picks the first track to race on. Okay, so we're not racing on Kaddish. So Kaddish and Supermarket 1 are banned. Understandably so. And the first track is Venice.
And here we go, the first actual race of the playoffs.
And this is a close one, and this should really not be a quarter-final match. Chara taking the free win against Under not having shown up yesterday really skewed the playoff seeding here. So what should really be a semi-final between Alex and Under is a quarter-final instead. Like Team USA versus South Korea in last year's Overwatch World Cup. But anyhow, we start off with Alex leading Under in this first lap of Venice. Under having made a couple of mistakes, and so is Alex, so the gap is pretty much non-existent here. Under gaining a little bit of speed on Alex here as we enter the second lap. Better lines, better speed. Alex seems to be afraid of something. I'm not sure what it is. This is his moment of glory. This is where it all comes together, falls apart. And the same goes for Under. And Under really needs to stop making mistakes here. Because on Venice, you clip the slightest wall, the slightest obstacle, and you spin out and lose so much time. And with drivers of these caliber, these mistakes can be absolutely detrimental. A 40-meter gap between these two is almost a death sentence. Final lap. Alex makes it through the first corners with a decent line. Under with a slightly better line, but we'll see how Alex approaches the cafe. Makes it past without too many problems, so does Under. Alex making his way through the tricky chicane. Doesn't take the alternate line, neither does Under. Under seems to be catching up a little bit here. Alex just needs to keep it together in these last few corners. Through the ramp, downhill, through the last few corners. And that's it, Alex is going to take the first map against Under here. So Museum 1, Sakura, Jailhouse Rock, and Tour Mayhem, the only ones left to pick. And Under picks Mayhem. A very strong track for both of them. But we've seen Alex mess up more here than Under, so we'll see how it goes this time around. The stakes are a lot higher here in the playoffs, so that will no doubt affect how they play. And we're off. Alex with the early lead. Through the bridge. Both getting the better angle into that tricky corner. Alex clips the piano and loses a lot of time there. Oh no, that's gone completely wrong there for him. And I think just like that, the race is already over unless Under manages to string together a couple of mistakes. That seems rather unlikely considering the caliber of his skills. So this is definitely his race to lose now. Despite that blunder, Alex very much not in the mood to give up just yet. Seems to be catching up a little bit. Under seemed to have struggled a little bit for that first game. Didn't quite get the right line for the second one either. Alex, meanwhile, getting a slightly better line there. Under with a 33.6, a very respectable lap time. Alex still a 10th slower. It looks like I'm talking out of my arse here, saying that he's catching up when he really isn't. Though the gap isn't changing much either, and as I say that, Alex crashes into one of the pillars, losing even more time. This is definitely Ando's place to lose now. But it's with each corner close to the end, it's looking less and less unlikely that that's going to happen. And just like that, Ando takes his first win of the series, tying it 1-1. And Alex picks Sakura. And off we go. First corner Sakura, Alex gains the boost, while Ando doesn't. Ando tries to slot himself in and gets the better line through those U-turns uphill. Alex on Ando's tail here. Looking to be a little bit patient and try and look for an opportunity to slot himself in ahead. Because there are very few places where you can outpace your opponent here, especially someone on the caliber of Ando. Both make their way past the bridge without too many issues. Through this last section they go. Ooh, and Alex clips the wall just a tiny bit. That's not really what you want. Couple more mistakes like that and he might actually throw his chances of making it to the semi-finals of this league. Meanwhile, Ando playing a little safer now that he has a sizable gap compared to last time. Where Alex was breathing down his neck all the time. Oh, Ando seems to have clipped the wall a little bit, and just like that, the door is wide open for Alex to capitalize on that mistake and take the lead once again. Not all hope is lost for Alex here. And the same goes for Ando. He made a mistake, but he can still turn this around. One more lap left to go. Anything can happen here. But then side by side, both being pushed out by each other seemingly. Alex thinking about slotting himself in ahead of Ando, but abandons that attempt, as it's not always the best thing to do. Not always backfire. Meanwhile, heading the way through the gazebos, Ando clips the wall and spins out. Alex, in no hurry, Alex not at all lazy to take advantage of that. It is unfortunate that it happened, but I'm quite aware of how tricky those walls are around the house. It's not really something you want to wall ride or around the wall bang all the time, especially with Toyota. So either way, Alex takes that win. Very good race this. Very close matchup. Ando picks Jailhouse Rock. This is an uphill battle for Alex, as we all know how insane Ando is on this track. Both with the boost at the start, Alex saw himself ahead briefly at the first few corners of Jailhouse Rock here. Making their way past cabinets. Alex still with the lead of Ando. I want to cling on to that as long as he can. And keep taming the beast behind him. Because I'm sure Alex knows that Ando manages to get ahead of him. It'd be rather difficult to regain his spot. And looking for opportunities to slot himself in front. Almost clips the wall a couple times. Oh, that was nasty. And pushed Alex to the side, almost into the water there. That was on Alex for leaving the door open. And like that, Ander takes the lead on the second lap of the last round. Both make their way into the canals, the sewers, not too many issues. That's a tricky corner, that. Making their way past the back alley through the fencing. Alex closely on Ander's tail and they're not pulling away as much as he'd like to. So the pressure will be on for him to deliver a clean lap. A clean final lap, which if he can't even do a clean second lap, he's gonna lose to Alex big time. And if he messes up even once, he's out of this tournament and he's not going to bring this to game 5. But on the final lap, Alex on Ander's tail. The pressure's on Andro. This is Andro's race to lose. Alex still has 2 more shots. He still has a safety net, so I'm sure he's not nearly as stressed out as Andro is right now. Ooh, interesting move by Alex there, trying to slot himself ahead of Andro, but couldn't quite nail it. Andro losing a bit of speed, but Alex also messing up as well. So the positions remain unchanged. Both make their way past that chicane. This is it for Alex. Alex needs to try and make a move on Andro, trying to sell himself ahead, but doesn't quite manage to do it. Andro just about keeping his hopes alive for one more map. Can he turn this around on Museum 1? This has been an insane set so far, and we're gonna end it on Museum 1. We've seen some very memorable races here, both in this tournament and in older tournaments as well. Alex tailing under here on the first lap of Museum 1. Both making their way through the motions without too many incidents or issues. Both seem to have made a mistake there down on the jump. But Alex seems to have gotten off worse just a tiny bit. Both making their way past the dinosaur. This is make or break for either of them. Any mistake will you can tell that both of them are taking some of these tricky corners very carefully, as this is going to be the final race for either of them. Andro seems to have lost control there, downhill, and gave the lead to Alex there. Can he turn it around? And can Alex cling on to that lead? Seems to have taken that jump in an awkward fashion. Andro, though, on the other hand, not quite so badly, but he spun out once again, giving the lead back to Alex. Second lap here on Museum 1, and neither Alex nor Andro are able to keep a distance away from each other. I'm sure both want the other to be a nice distance away from them, but both want this win, both need it to keep their hopes alive. Final lap here on Museum 1. The pressure's on both of them. It's going to be very crucial to not flip over or to mess up this jump down. Even if you take it safe, it'll keep your hopes alive. Alex makes it through. So does Andro. Andro with a little bit more speed and makes his way through the corners. Andro with his eyes on the prize here, trying to gain as much speed and pace as he can. Alex stumbling a little bit, losing a tiny bit of speed here. He just has to make it through these last two corners now. Ando needs to pray that he makes some sort of mistake here at the final ramp. And he's not. Ando meanwhile does. Alex also flips over. Holy moly! Both seems to have stubble near the end there, but Ando got off worse. Alex makes it through. And Ando, unfortunately, is out of the tournament alongside Lagrock. But well played to both of them. Like, this is the best set I've seen in a while.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Well, I didn't expect to win this one, but I'm really happy I did. I'm glad it was a good one too.
It was fun to watch and to cast. But your next one is going to be even tougher, so.
In the meantime, Lagerrock appeared.
Just kick him, he's already eliminated. Right, now we have Zipper ZB facing Vladimir here. No wait to see if either of them will turn up or not. Zipper CB seems to be offline. Let's hope he hasn't slept through, because that would be very disappointing if he did.
Yep. It wouldn't be the first time that he'd slept through, but a lot worse if it was during the playoffs. Oh, Vlad is in the lobby. And now we just wait for Zipper ZB. And after this match, regardless of what happens, we'll have Shara facing Earth. Then after that, we will have the semi-finals. again, 15 minutes for Zipper ZB to show up.
I think losing Zipper ZB would really be a huge blow to playoffs and the whole. It would warp things rather significantly.
Oh,
I-
yeah.
I can't say I would mind because I would actually have a chance to progress further.
What I'm saying is, like, if Zipper ZB doesn't show up, then, you know, the other three in that sort of bracket are going to be absolutely slaughtered by both Alex or Victor Star. And it's not going to make for an exciting final, is it?
Yep. To be fair, I wouldn't really want to make it to the finals for that reason.
I mean, I shouldn't be saying this on stream, right? Because the whole point of the stream is to, promote it and whatnot. But this is actually really, this is actually a bit disheartening, isn't it? You have these playoff matches and people can't be bothered to show up for them. Or matches in general, and you just use the whole playoff bracket, and then on top of that, people don't even show up for their playoff matches and skew the rest of the bracket even more. Like,
The most disappointing thing was that I genuinely believed everyone would show up for the playoffs, so
Yeah, like Lagrock has always been here on time. Zipper ZV only missed one due to, well, sleeping. Let's hope, like, he does show up, like, because this would be, like, really bad.
Then the wait goes on 10 more minutes until the PCB is eliminated.
Five more minutes.
4 more minutes. Actually, 3 minutes. Fun fact, if Citra ZB does not show up for this, it'd be his first loss. And the most detrimental loss you could have. First in the group stages and then just drops out of the playoffs because couldn't be bothered to show up. One minute and a half, and we're moving on. Less than 15 seconds.
And that's it. Zipper ZV is out due to not showing up. Which is a massive shame because he was one of the tournament favorites too.
Oh, look at that. He just showed up.
Well, what perfect timing. In the meantime, next up we have versus Shara. A rematch from this tournament. I don't remember what the first one result was like. Do you remember, Saffron? I don't have access to the first group stage, so can't see what the first match ended up being.
All right, then. The first map will be Mayhem. It's all Mayhem.
Do you know who won the first one between those two?
Earth won 3-2.
Ah, right. Let's see if we get a repeat of that, or if Shara can get some redemption.
We'll find out as we head into the first race of this and the final quarterfinal of this tournament as well. Irv leading Shara here into the first few corners of Total Mayhem, making his way through the chicane with a bit more speed than Shara. Shara stumbling a little bit there, but it's still a safe distance to V. As we head into the second lap, and
Stumbles up.
he clips one of those circular wall things. You get the idea. But that's not too detrimental of a mistake. Still turn this around. Just needs to hope that Shara also makes mistakes. But apparently, from what we've heard, Shara has nerves of steel, so we'll have to see if Irv can rustle their jimmies in this
That's
fun
an
lap
old one.
of Mayhem. Well, Irv is catching up to Shara fairly convincingly. Well, I say that, but yeah, he has, you know. Despite having messed up at the beginning of the lap, he was only 4 times slower.
Oh yeah.
So
Earth
he
can
must
still
have,
take this through better driving. And if
must have-
Shara messes up, it's over.
yeah, he must have had a monster second lap despite that blunder. Making it through the chicane, and it's looking unlikely for him to be able to capitalize on anything anymore. Shara's going to take this first lap.
Alright, and we're off to Jailhouse Rock.
Nice.
We are off Shara. Does get the start boost, kinda hard to tell due to Shara's lag. Oh, Earth clips the corner there. Loses a bit of speed.
I was taking some wacky lines here through these series. And they lay for the back alley for the fencing. both make their way through the U-turn. Through the chicane. Oh,
slips up.
yeah, he entered that corner a bit too fast and had to compensate for it. This is Shaw's race to lose, though. Not quite pulling away from Irv just yet.
But
But as I say that, Shara is starting to pull away from Irv now. Gap.
oh yeah, the gap widens with every corner. It seems like Chara just getting the better lines, going through these corners more smoothly.
Unfortunately, we can't really see that properly because
Yeah, Chara
Irv's
does lag a bit.
last lap was 8 tenths slower than Shara's. Which is, you want a lap time of 50 seconds. And Shara's pulling in a 51.6, which is, it's not the worst. But a 52? It's rather worrying.
Does seem to have caught up a bit, but only a bit.
It's not going to be enough. Unless, goes a bit too wide, crashed into one of the wooden planks, loses even more time to Shara. Shara will take the last corner and take the series with,
2-0.
Shara has 2 wins. Just has to win one more. Irv whipping out the Caldish sprint. This will either be the turnaround or a swan song.
It could very well be a turnaround. Kadish is pretty good on Kadish in my opinion.
Shara's going to switch to... Shara going to switch to him on this track or not? We'll wait and see. Oh, Shara won't.
And here we go, Irv going through that first corner a bit slower, takes it pretty wide. And Chara gets the early lead.
Irv not too far behind though, but this next section...
Neither slowing down, but both making it. That's very risky. Take some balls to do that.
Oh yeah. It's hard to tell what's going on with Shara because they're just drifting across the map.
Yep.
Oh, Irv almost falls off there. He manages to save himself and keep his hopes alive still.
Very close, yeah. Especially for a map like Kadish where mistakes are generally common. Neva seems to have messed up majorly here, just minor screw-ups here and there. I say that,
no.
but Irv has to flip himself back over.
That still 30 meters, which is often nothing on Kaddish.
Once again,
He seems to have made up a lot of time to Shara there. What happened?
I think Sharma has slowed down for the jump. Oh,
and he
that's a
falls
bad
off.
one. That's a really bad mistake.
Shara's slowing down there quite a bit. Seems to be taking it easy while Irv is just losing control all the time, pushing himself way past his limits.
Yep.
Just
Balls to the wall and it's not working out.
Chara entering the final lap of Cardiff Sprint. If they win this, they make it to the semi-finals and send Earth packing. Ooh, what happened there to Chara? Seems to have
I don't
clipped
know.
one of the edges towards the end of that spiral there. And Irv also messes up, clips the edge of the terrain.
Yeah, that part's very tricky, very easy to mess up. Chara slowed down a lot there.
Yeah, Chara's taking things very easy, as I don't think Chara's really interested in racing another map.
Oh yeah. This has really been a story of Chara being more consistent while Earth trying to be more ballsy but not quite working out for him.
Chara just has to bring it home in the last few corners, but Irv is desperately trying to catch up, do anything he can, but it's not going to be enough. And Chara's going to take this quarter final and make it to the semi-finals with a 3-0 victory over Irv. How do you feel about the match, Vic?
Eh,
That's a mood. Well, we still have 7 minutes until the next match is scheduled to start.
I think everyone's gonna be here from now on though.
Then I'm going to be back in a moment.
Alright. I will mute myself for the remainder of this match, which means we have currently no commentators, but Saffron should return soon. So see you guys until then.
Here we go. This is probably the last, most intense match of the tourney. This very match could decide who the winner of the tournament will be.
Right, sorry about that. We are here on the semi-finals between Alex and Victor Star. I completely forgot about Alex is out of the call because he's racing against Victor Star, so it's kind of surprised by the silence in this call. But anyhow, I've returned, so no longer a quiet stream, listening to these drivers drive away. And instead, the focus is on Alex, who's 90 meters behind Victor Star, who really... I'm not quite sure how he got in there in the first place, because I only just came back, but that's not really what you want against someone on the caliber of Victor Star if you want to keep your hopes alive of making it to the finals.
Unfortunately, he made a lot of mistakes, while Victor has been pretty consistent the whole race.
Yeah, and like, whoever wins this, this is basically the finals, basically, because whoever wins this matchup is guaranteed to win the finals, because whoever they're facing is going to be not Zipper ZB because of how warped the playoffs have been. So next up, Told Mayhem. And we're off. Alex briefly leading until Victor tried to slot himself in front of Alex. Both making their way through the piano section. Victor leading in these next few corners. Alex slotting himself in front again. Both seem to be taking turns leading on his first few corners of Told Mayhem. Both trying to get a line to try and slot themselves in front. Because that is the name of the game in these matches. Victor starts stumbling a little bit on Total Mayhem here on the second lap, having lost 20 meters to Alex. Not his strongest track. Alex making his way through the chicane. So does Victor Star, both making it through without too many issues. And this is really the deciding factor. Alex knows how to make his way through that second chicane while Victor Star stumbles all the time and loses a ton of speed there. Alex, 7 times faster in that last lap, having widened the gap to 30 meters. He just has to keep it together and just hang in there until the end. And then he can tie up the series. Alex makes his way through the final corners and takes the series 1-1 with Victor Star not too far behind. And we're moving on to Venice. Very tricky track. Just like Museum 1, we'll have to see if Alex repeats history again and gives the win away to Alex. If Alex gives away the win to Victor Star because of a string of mistakes. Or will he be able to keep it together and be more comfortable on this track? Alex really needs to make sure that when he approaches that bridge there before the corner with the chairs, that Victor Star's in behind him. Because if someone's right behind you, chances are they will push you out towards the chairs because of all the speed. And if you don't expect that, that could very well prove to be disastrous. Alex, on Victor Star's tail on the second lap here, making their way through the sweeping bends towards the bridge and past the cafe, both making their way past it without too many issues. Both keeping each other honest here. Gap 5 or so meters, always fluctuating between 5 to 10 meters there. This is Victor Star's race to mess up. Final lap now. Making their way through the sweeping bends again, looking like business as usual. Victor Star gaining a little bit there from Alex, with a lap time that was 4 tenths quicker there. Christian is going to keep that up and keep Alex and rein in Alex, or will Victor Star mess up in these last few corners? Victor Star making his way past the ramp. Let's make a break time. Oh! Oh! It looks like Victor Star almost fell into the water there, but that's just like compensation. Made his way through the corners flawlessly and finished just ahead of Alex. If Alex wins this, we will head on to Jailhouse Rock. Both making their way downhill. Alex spinning, losing out and spinning out. Victor Star briefly ahead here. Going down for that tricky section. Making their way through these series of corners. Into the tunnels. So seems to have messed up a little bit there, but so is Alex. The gap now 30 meters. That's not really what you want when this is one of your strongest tracks. And the person in front is just pulling away. But the star seems to be stumbling a little bit. Alex keeping him honest despite the distance between them. And as I say that, he drives a bit too deep into the canyon and flips over a little bit. The gap now 70 odd meters. And Victor Star maintain this lead? Will Alex be able to catch up? Or will he mess up? Alex still has another lap to think about what to do. Victor Star, meanwhile, very much in his element, making his way past these sections without too many problems. Alex, meanwhile, on his tail, catching up just a tiny bit. Himself made a couple of mistakes, but not too detrimental this time around. Can Alex keep up this momentum and try and challenge Victor Star on this last lap? As it turns out, once again I was wrong. Victor Star was a second faster that last lap than Alex. Well, not a second, more like 9/10, but you get the idea. Victor Star very comfortably ahead. Just has to bring it home and drive a little bit safer because he can afford it. There's a big enough gap between the two. Victor Star making his way through the last few corners, looking to seal his place in the finals and sending Alex packing. And that's it, a decisive 3-1 victory of Alex. Well played to both though.
What can I say? The nerves got to me.
Ouch.
Especially on Kadish when it was do or die time, it was just, oh god.
Yeah. I think that's what got to Andrew as well.
At least I still have the third place match.
Yeah.
Anyway, next up we do have Vladimir versus Shara. Our second semi-final.
Yep. Shara's in.
Now we just need Vladimir.
Yep. I'll do the conflict in the meantime.
I don't think anyone pinged Vladimir yet.
I messaged them.
Alright. And they're in.
The coin flip is tails, so things will proceed as told. The fate of banning is in the hands of Vlad, who decides to destroy Market 1 from the realms of possibility in this matchup.
And Vladimir chooses Venice.
I didn't see him say that.
I did.
You did? Oh, he wrote it now. I seem to be a few seconds behind. I'm not sure what's happened. But anyhow,
No, he wrote it twice.
Alright. He picks Venice.
Don't know why that message got lost in the ether.
Yeah, it's bizarre. The way. Throwing off from Venice.
Yep.
Rather unknown matchup, these two. But we'll get to see which one of these will make it to the finals. To face the behemoth that is Victor Style. Now, which one will be sent packing and scrap? Which one will be sent to scrap for third place against Alex here? Shara is stumbling a bit against Vlad in this first lap of Venice.
Oh, Vladimir spins out though. Doesn't hit the court wall bank quite right. And that gives Shara the lead.
Vlad keeping Shara honest though.
Yep. Not like Shara can see it though, because Shara disabled all UI. Which might be very much mental advantage. But that doesn't matter when you can see the car right behind you.
And having got just overtaken you as well. That takes the lead in the final lap in Venice. Now let's see if both can make it through this tricky section. Glad using the alternate line through that corner. See, the gamble seems to have paid off, having jumped ahead of Shara by a couple meters. That might just be the difference that Vlad needs to take first. Dropping to Jailhouse Rock.
And
And
we
we're
are
off.
off. Second match of the series. Chara 1 down.
Nobody crashed into that pillar at the start, unlike the things we've seen in the first group stage. Shara leading Vlad here into these first three corners of like Jailhouse.
Oh, Vladimir hits the fence, costing them a lot of time.
Yeah, that's not really what you want. Especially, it's not what you want, especially in a semi-final.
Oh yeah.
Where every mistake can prove detrimental. And that is a spin landing into the sewers. It's going to cost Vlad even more time to shower. Can he bounce back and turn this around though? I'm not sure. Shah seems to have quite a bit of control on things here. In contrast to Venice. Making our way to the final lap, Shara leading Vlad with 50 to 60 meters. Makes their way past the cabinets into the sewers. Definitely got a grip on things, they just have to bring it home. And tie up the series. And from here it can go anywhere. Making their way past the final U-turn, cross the line. Shah's gonna tie up the series 1-1. Vlad picks Total Mayhem. Char leading Vlad here. In these first two corners, toward Mayhem. Then they go for the piano. Vlad has the better line for the chicane here, from what I see. Both taking the chicane very cautiously, Char more cautious than Vlad. Vlad capitalizing on that in a heartbeat and taking the lead from Char right before the second leg. Down we go again through the pianos with the chicane. Both pretty much glued to each other here. Vlad must have lost control there and bit off to the left.
Yeah,
Doesn't get
slid out a
front
bit.
shot. Yeah, that is brutal. On the final lap, ooh, Char seems to have spun out, having touched the wall a bit too aggressively. Giving Vlad a slight lead, which might make the difference there.
Oh, that's a bad
Oh.
mess up. That's a really bad mess up. You do not want to mess up inside the piano section.
It takes forever to recover there as well.
Yeah.
And just like that, Char went from 0 to hero and is going to take this 2-1 just to win one more. Vlad picks Museum 1.
Last chance for Vlad, but not the last chance for Chara.
The pressure's on for Vlad to deliver here.
Oh, and that's an
And just
early
like that.
mistake.
Just like that, he fails to deliver. We're all disappointed. The disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined.
Well, still can go around depending on how they do the drop. Lightning gets through it somewhat. But seems to have caught up to Chara a bit. Oh, and Chara seems to have hit the leg of the dinosaur there.
Char went up that ramp with a bit too much speed. Ooh, I think Char messed up that ramp, that final ramp as well. Second lap now. Once again, both glued to each other. Regardless of where Vlad is, that's his race to lose.
Oh, Chara messes up the drop, hits the sign there.
That's quite a sign, isn't it? It's a sign that a map 5 may happen.
With the way things are looking, it may be this way, but Chara also had a lead like this earlier, so Vladimir could still blow it.
Vlad took down a final ramp very slowly.
Oh, but Chara clipped a lot of things here.
Just one mistake into the next. Not really something you can afford here.
Now Chara makes it through the drop without any problems, but it might be too little, too late. Vladman 60 meters ahead, and we are reaching the end of the race.
Yeah, Vlad kept it together when it mattered. We're going to go to lap 5 on Caddy Sprint.
Alright, we are ready to go.
And this is the race. Who will come out on top and be able to face the other finalist in the tournament? And who will be sent packing, having to scrap for third against Alex? So far, the answer seems to be Vlad, as he leads the first 3 sections here on Caddy Sprint.
Oh, Shara spins out and hits the rock and has to flip over. That's
like
a
a-
very bad mistake.
That's a string of mistakes that you can't really afford this early on, especially when the stakes are this high.
Well, if you are going to afford mistakes, it might as well be early on. Better than later in the map, and Char has already caught up with Vladman.
Yeah, Vlad had a 50-meter lead. What happened? Ooh, and just like that, both mess up. Vlad, I think Callie's lucky stars there that Shara also messed up when he did. Because it looks like Shara was trying to dodge Vlad. Huh?
Something seems to have happened to Vladman.
What? What?
Yeah, Vladman dropped out.
I guess the pressure went to them so much that the PC exploded. Okay, Shah wants to rematch if they decide to reconnect. Yeah. It's good sportsmanship. Very respectable. Well, at least they were able to come back and go again. Both were pretty much neck and neck anyway, so it makes no real difference here.
Yeah, just an extra lap.
Lap and a half, I suppose.
Nah, that was still very early on.
Yeah, it was roughly... Oh yeah, you're right. This is where Shara stopped. Vlad stopped at like the first... That's like the second corner or so.
Yeah,
Deja vu here, Shara messes up. But not quite as detrimentally as they did last time around. Shark being quite honest here as we enter the second lap of Kalish Spring.
But still behind.
Yeah, but Char's gaining on that here.
Oh yeah, very
Already,
fast.
already side by side. That's playing it safe, but safe doesn't always cut it. So pretty much neck and neck here. It's hard to tell who's going to make it through and who isn't. Ooh, Vlad saw himself in front of Shara there. Shara all over Vlad like some hungry shark. Over.
Oh, has to flipped over.
I'm about to say a metaphor and then Shara just flips over. Despite all the mistakes, Shara is still consistently catching up to Vlad. It's just Shara struggling to make a move, I suppose. Ooh, that's bad.
Seems I've gotten like a vision bug there or something.
I think they might have collected the ramp in an awkward angle. Either way, Shara is once again catching up to Vlad. Vlad's driving very safely here. Doesn't want to lose that lead, but they need to push themselves a little bit more if they want to stay ahead. Shara is in. Shara ain't slowing down anytime soon. Shara will do everything they can to make it through.
Oh, last few corners.
Oh my god!
Oh, that was close.
Well, almost slotted themselves in front of Vlad. That was. But Vlad was, really, really worried then the last few corners. Because I just saw Shara barreling through, but going too fast and flipping over anyway. Alex, it's your turn now.
I can't join the room, it's full. Wait, now I can.
Alright, we'll wait 2 minutes, because that's when the match is actually scheduled to happen. To give Shara a bit of breathing room, breathing space.
Alright, I'm gonna mute myself for this match. See you guys for the final.
So Alex banned Supermarket 1, but it didn't show on my screen. Waiting to decide what track to race on first. I'm not seeing half of the messages being posted in the chat. Not sure what's happening. Either way, we're off into all mayhem. This match will decide who finishes third in the tournament. Unfortunately, no prize for whoever finishes third. No prize for second either. The prize is only for the winner. A £5 Steam game of their choice. And how convenient is it that the Steam Summer Sale is currently ongoing? Anyhow, Alex leading Shara by 40 meters as we head into the second lap here on Tour Mayhem. Alex 2 seconds faster than Shara there on the first lap. Alex not messing up the piano section this time. Neither does Shara. Shara isn't, from what I see, isn't making too many mistakes. They just don't quite have the pace that Alex does. Shara once again losing time left to Alex. 3/10. But Alex seems to have lost a bit of speed there in that corner before the bridge. Making his way past the piano. Once again, incident free. Same goes for Shara. Making his way through the final chicane towards the final U-turn. Alex is going to take the first win of the series. Right, Jailhouse Rock. Let's see if Shara can turn things around on this track. If Alex will once again show a commanding map win. So far, both pretty much good to each other in the first few sections of. Yeah, it's kind of difficult to commentate and cast when somebody's using the drill downstairs. But anyhow, Charlotte leading Alex here. Quite the unusual sight here. But will Alex be able to turn it around? Find some pace that Char lacks. It seems like he doesn't even have to because Char is stumbling around, crashing into everything anyway. Char blew a 20-meter lead and turned it into a 30-meter deficit. Char was keeping Alex honest there, but crashed into the fencing, losing even more time to Alex here. That's gonna be rough. Taking up almost 100 meters, not something we've seen in the playoffs yet. As we enter the final lap, it's looking like another decisive victory for Alex here. It's with each corner it becomes increasingly unlikely that he's going to throw away the victory. Charlie needs to think of something that they can't really pick Kaddish because that's Alex's forte. A lot of the tracks just doesn't favor Shara. There's no Amco TT to switch to pick and then switch to Hammer for. There's their molten carbons. Shara picks Kaddish anyway. Off we go. Alex just needs to win this to end the series. 3-0. Shara is pushed out, seemingly, and already 50-meter deficit to Alex. This is very much Alex in his element here. Making his way through all these twists and turns and corners. Instant free with better pace than Shah. Shah once again messing up the gap. We're not even done with the first lap and the gap's already 100 meters. It's going to be very difficult from here on out. Rather difficult from here on out for Shah to be able to catch up. And even then, Alex just has so much better pace. He's still pulling away. Increase the gap to Alex increased the gap by like 30 more meters. Final lap on Cutter Sprint. Alex with a Sunday drive. Loses control briefly, but who cares? It's the final lap of Cutter Sprint, and you're over 100 meters ahead of Shah. Very unlikely you're gonna lose this race from here on out. Shah made a big mistake picking this track against Alex. And just like that, Alex is going to take third place in the tournament. And Shah will have to walk home with just a top 4 finish. But still well done. Shah got very fortunate due to the seeding and people dropping out, but top 4 is a top 4 finish. And nobody can take that away from Shah.
Well played, Shara. I think that one went a lot smoother than my previous attempt at Kaddish.
Yes.
Anyway, like, third place, pretty good in my opinion. And it's always fourth for Shara. Shara can like pat himself on the back. That's fourth place is no joke. And I got third, just like last 1v1 tournament, where I also got third.
And that leaves just one match. Victor start facing Vladimir.
All right, we are soon approaching our final match of the day. Victor versus Vladmin. Should be going on in like 3 minutes. Or maybe a few more, I don't know. Actually might be 13. Depends on if we're like starting on when it's scheduled or if we're able to start a bit early. Looks like Victora is here. Now we just need Vladimir. And Vladimir is here as well. We are ready to go. This is the final, so it's a best of 7, I believe.
Yeah, it's the best of 7. The coin flip is heads, so Star picks the first track.
And he picks Supermarket 1. And they're both ready. Victora versus Vladimir. Victora the clear favorite here, but that means the pressure is on him.
I think Vlad can sneak in a couple victories, but I think Victor Star's going to take it to the end.
Yeah. Right now, Vladimir a bit in the lead, but oh, Victora pulls ahead. Both going for the shortcut, but Vladimir missing it.
Vlad just went around it, didn't he? I don't know.
Now it's up to Vladimir to take over, to catch up. And on a track like Supermarket 1, where Victora is incredibly good on, that's gonna be a tough one.
One tough cookie.
Indeed. Once again, both going for the shortcut, but this time both making it. Vladimir going the long way around.
Yeah, I think Vlad knows that. Like, this isn't his track. He has other opportunities.
Oh yeah.
Particularly Tour Mayhem. That's probably Vlad's best chance of beating Victor Star in a race.
Yeah. Maybe Sakura. I don't know how Vladimir does on Sakura, but that's Victora's ban.
A fairly decisive first win from Victor Star here.
And now Vladimir gets to choose the next track. And Vladimir does choose Mayhem, just as predicted. Both are ready.
The way the track will work in the final is very reminiscent of the ways of old, the old attorneys.
Oh, Victora getting bad bump there. Does a flip, spins out.
The difference maker here will be the second chicane. Let's see how Vlad handles it. Is it pretty decently? So does Victor Star, by comparison. Vlad stumbled a little bit and was sort of unsure which way to steer things. Though Vlad had a. Vlad was almost a second quicker, but Victor Star seems to have closed the gap in a lot of near corners. Oh, he's right behind him, he's overtaken him. Just like that.
I don't know what happened with Vlad there.
Oh, Vlad
Oh.
disconnected.
Victor does choose the rematch. Now I just need Vladimir back. Currently 1-0 Victor. Still no sign of Vladimir. Should be back here soon though. Unless like the internet cut out, which would be quite unfortunate.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like they got blue screened. Someone's joining back. Wait, that was Victor. Vladmir's still not here.
This is taking a while.
Depending on the PC though, it can take a while. Oh, someone is joining now. And they're back. We are ready for the rematch. Both are ready. Toyboat Mayhem, take 2. Three, two, one, and we are off. Vladimir getting the boost, Victor does not, gaining Vladimir the early lead. Both making it through both of these corners pretty well. Oh, Vladmin got pushed out and got put on her head. That's unfortunate. Now Victora has got the lead. Now it just needs to keep it. Both making it through the piano unscathed. But Victora does seem to have spun out somewhere. Now it's back to neck and neck action. Less than 10 meters between them as we enter the last lap. Any mistake will cost them the match here. Once again, no prawns with the piano, but Vladmin doesn't take the bridge too well, and this could be it. Victora making no mistake, and not giving Vladmin the chance to catch up. And that's the 2-0. Victora halfway there. Vladmin picks. And Vladmin picks Venice. Victora is ready. And so is Vladmin. Off to Venice we go.
Did Victor Star win that?
Yes. It's 2-0. Oh, Vladmin hits the pillar. But Victora also seems to have messed up somewhere. Oh, Victora clips the corner there. Meaning despite the early mess up from Vladmin, he couldn't capitalize, and we are back to square one. Oh, what's going on here? Seem to have been some very weird issues there. Both had to slow down at the entrance to the inside area. And Victora does gain his lead back. Oh, but he hits the edge of the gate there. That's no good. But Victora already slowly catching up. And caught up he has. Back in the lead. Only one lap left. Can Victora stay in the lead here, or will he slip up again? Vladmin now needs to not mess up. Needs to take good lines.
Definitely winnable by either here.
Oh yeah.
That messes up a little bit there.
Yeah. I think that path's a bit too risky and doesn't really save any time. It can be useful if you're right behind the opponent so you can slot in front of him. But looks like Victora takes it to a 3-0.
One last chance for Vladimir.
One last chance. Vladimir picks Sakura. Victor's ban. Hoping to get a win off here. Victor is ready. And so is Vladimir, so Sakura it is. And we are off. Vladimir messes up the first corner there, giving Victor the early lead. Victor does slip up though, and Vladimir gets to come back here and get right back on his tail. But Victor's still in the lead. That was not enough for Vladimir to take over. Oh, Vladimir hits the wall there and kinda flips to the like 90 degrees. Second lap, advantage Victora. But this is Victora's ban, so oh, I was about to say, but oh, Vladimir messing up real bad there, just one after the other, 1-2 punch.
I think that's... Oh, Victor also must have held it.
Yeah, I was about to say, this seems to be like, Victora does not seem comfortable on this map since it is his ban.
Well, it was
But-
his ban for the last few matchups.
Yeah. But it does seem that he seems comfortable enough here to win against Vladimir. Because Vladimir keeps messing up, but Victor also seems to have taken up a few blunders. Last lap, once again, advantage Victor by about 40-50 meters. All Victoria needs to do is not mess up.
Just a few more corners left to go and he'll win the tournament.
Yeah. We're about a bit more than halfway through the last lap.
Vlad messing up. Oh man, I think Vlad's just basically given up now. His turn is going to Victor Star.
Yep.
Well, this playoff didn't exactly go as we planned or anticipated, but in the end, one of the favorites came out on top.
Yep.
And in second, the most surprising thing is that top four.
Congratulations to Victora for winning the whole tourney. He was one of the favorites early on. My picks to win were him or Ander, and Ander got eliminated by me. And he eliminated me in turn.
Victor Star is the only person to have won every single race in the tournament.
Yeah, undefeated.
Zipper ZB was on par, but they just didn't bother showing up. So the matchup we were hoping for didn't happen.
Yeah. Although Zipper did have one draw.
Yeah, true, but that's not a loss though.
Yeah. Congratulations to Victor once again. Very well done. Congratulations to Vladimir for making it to the finals too.
Yeah, it's an achievement in itself to make it to the finals. And to come close to beating Victor on a couple maps as well, you know. It's not at all a bad thing. I'm pretty sure Vitamin didn't even expect to make it past the quarterfinals, and there they are, made it to the finals.
Yep.
But yeah, that's it now. There's nothing else to do for this tournament anymore.
Anyway, that does seem to be it.
Yeah.
Thank you all for watching. We really hope you had a good time, despite all the waiting. I think there were a lot of good matches today.
Made it through all the good times and bad times, all the waiting times, and all the no shows and all that. Stuck to the end. Greatly appreciated. And we hope to see you again in the next time we have something like this, maybe. Who knows? There might be another time something like this is hosted. But yeah, we will see you later. And goodbye.